Listen to me closely because the next few minutes could save your life, your wallet, and your freedom. We grow up believing in a fairy tale. We watch movies where the lawyer is the hero, the knight in a cheap suit fighting against the system, slamming their fist on the table, screaming objection, until justice is served. Wake up. That is Hollywood. That is a lie designed to keep you docile. In the real world, the world where you lose your house, your custody rights, or your liberty, the legal system is not a battleground, it is a marketplace. And you are not the client. You are not the protected party. You are the inventory. I need you to understand the psychology of the room you just walked into. You're scared. You're vulnerable. You're looking for a savior. You see the mahogany desk, the framed degrees from universities you couldn't afford, the firm handshake. Your brain relaxes. You think, okay, this guy has my back. He's on my team. That is your first fatal mistake. Your lawyer is not on your team. Your lawyer is part of a different team entirely. It's a club, a very exclusive, very expensive club that includes the prosecutor, the judge, and the other attorneys in town. They go to the same golf courses, they attend the same fundraisers, they eat at the same steakhouses. They have to work together for 30 years. You are just passing through. You are a temporary transaction. Do you really think they are going to burn a bridge with a judge they see every day just to save you? No, they are going to manage you. They are going to process you. There is a rhythm to this betrayal. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens in the language they use, the tone, the subtle shifts in how they talk to you versus how they talk to the opposition. There is a specific phrase, a collection of words, that sounds helpful. It sounds like they are looking out for your best interests. But when you hear this phrase, it is a code red. It means the deal has already been cut. It means your defense has been traded for a favor you will never see. We are going to break down exactly what that phrase is, and the 3 signs that prove your attorney is folding your hand before the game even starts. But before I tell you the phrase that should make you fire your lawyer on the spot, I need you to do something for me. If you value your freedom, if you want to be the person who spots the trap before it snaps shut, hit the like button right now. Do it. It tells the algorithm that we are done being victims. It tells the system we are watching. Hit like if you're ready to hear the truth. Okay, let's get into the psychology of the sellout. Most people think a lawyer sells you out by taking a bribe. That's amateur hour. That's illegal. Smart lawyers don't break the law. They bend your perception of reality. They use your fear. They start by telling you how strong your case is. They pump you up. They take the retainer. But as the court date gets closer, notice the shift. Suddenly the slam dunk case becomes complicated. Suddenly, the judge is unpredictable. They are priming you. They are lowering your expectations so you will accept the scraps they feed you. They are preparing you to hear the phrase, because once you accept this phrase, it's over. You have agreed to your own defeat. So, here is the phrase, the collection of words that tells you your defender has become your processor. If you are sitting in that small, cold conference room or huddled in the chaotic hallway of the courthouse and your lawyer looks you in the eye and says, "We don't want to make the judge angry," or its cousin, "We don't want to waste the court's time." When you hear that, the hair on the back of your neck should stand up. Think about what they just admitted. You are paying them thousands of dollars, maybe your life savings to fight for you. You are paying them to rock the boat. You are paying them to capsize the boat, if that's what it takes to keep you free. But they are telling you to your face that they value the judge's mood more than your life. Why? Because they have to see that judge next week for a different client. They have to see them at the Christmas party. You are just a tourist in their ecosystem. If they fight too hard for you, if they file too many motions, if they make the judge actually work, they become that lawyer, the annoying one. And they are not willing to damage their social standing to save your skin. This leads to the second sign you're being sold out, the hallway handshake. You see it in every courthouse in America. Your lawyer walks over to the prosecutor. Do they look like enemies? Do they look like two gladiators about to clash? No, they look like old friends catching up at a barbecue. They laugh, they smile, they shake hands. Then your lawyer walks back to you, the smile vanishes, they put on a serious face and they say, "Look, the prosecutor is playing hardball. This is a tough case." That is theater. That is a performance. They just spent 5 minutes talking about their golf handicap or their kid's soccer game, and in the last 30 seconds, they casually decided your fate. They agreed on a standard deal because it clears the docket for both of them. It's efficient for them. And that brings us to the psychological weapon they use to force you to sign. The dump truck. This usually happens 10 minutes before you have to stand in front of the judge. Your lawyer hasn't returned your calls for weeks. Suddenly, they appear with a stack of papers. They start listing everything that can go wrong. If we lose, you get 10 years. The jury will hate you. The evidence is overwhelming. They dump a truckload of fear on you all at once. They overwhelm your nervous system so you can't think straight. They create a crisis so that their easy solution, the plea deal, looks like a lifeline. It isn't a lifeline, it's a trap. They are manufacturing fear to get you to comply. I want to know if this hits home. Has a lawyer ever tried to scare you into taking a deal you didn't want? Have you ever seen your attorney laughing with the prosecutor while you were sweating bullets? Let me know in the comments below. Type yes if you've seen the betrayal with your own eyes. Now, you know the phrase, you know the tactics, but knowing isn't enough. You need to know how to flip the script. You need to know the one question you can ask that will stop a lazy lawyer dead in their tracks and force them to actually do their job. Here is the weapon. Here is how you take the power back when the walls are closing in. When your lawyer gives you the "don't make the judge angry" speech, or when they try to dump the truck of fear on you to force a plea deal, you don't argue. You don't panic. You get very quiet. You look them dead in the eye and you say, "I am instructing you to fight this." If you are refusing to file that motion because you are afraid of the judge, I want you to put that refusal in writing. Right now. For my file. Watch their face change. You just shifted the dynamic. You just went from being a client to being a liability. Lawyers are terrified of malpractice. They are terrified of the Bar Association. By demanding they document their own refusal to defend you, you are threatening their license. Suddenly, the angry judge isn't the problem, you are the problem. And guess what? That is exactly where you want to be. You see, the system is designed for speed. It is a conveyor belt. It relies on 95% of people saying yes, taking the deal, and walking quietly into the cell. The system cannot handle friction. It cannot handle a defendant who actually demands their rights. When you become the friction, the machine jams. If you are difficult, if you demand a trial, if you force them to actually work, the calculus changes. Suddenly, the prosecutor might offer a better deal just to get rid of you. Suddenly, your lawyer wakes up and realizes they actually have to earn that paycheck. It is not polite. It is not nice. But nice gets you convicted, nice gets you bankrupt. The legal system is a business. It is an industry extracting wealth and freedom from the ignorant. They rely on your silence. They rely on you trusting the suit and the smile. Stop trusting the suit. Trust the incentives. If their incentive is to process you quickly, your survival strategy is to slow everything down. Be the rock in the gears. Be the case they talk about at the country club with a headache, not a laugh. We live in a world where the official narrative is almost always a trap. Whether it's the legal system, the banking system, or the media, they all operate on the same principle. Feed on the compliant. You are not compliant. Not anymore. If you want to know how the world really works, not the version they teach in school, but the dark mechanics of power, money, and survival, you need to click that subscribe button right now. Most people are happy walking blindfolded into the grinder. You are here because you want to see the blades coming. Join us, subscribe to Cryptic Vector, turn on the notifications, because the next secret I share might be the one that keeps you free. Stay paranoid, stay safe.